Well, the globalists have already admitted that they're losing the info war, and the only way for them to gain any ground is to tackle the internet. Now, of course, we've reported before about cognitive infiltration. Government agents will infiltrate chat rooms and online comment sections and try and undermine any percolating conspiracy theories by raising doubts. But listen to what the CIA director William Casey said in 1981. He says, "We will know our disinformation program is complete when everything the American public believes is a lie." Now, we already know the establishment media is happy to pump out propaganda on behalf of the government. But what about the internet? Chakari Jackson has more.
Thank you, Leanne. If you're like me, you try to watch what you eat. You try to avoid things like genetically modified organisms, foods. But this is becoming increasingly more difficult to do, especially with reports like these. DailyLeak.org, Michelle Obama teaming up with Monsanto to promote children's food. According to reports from the Associated Press, Monsanto will spend $50 million over 5 years on a campaign to market healthy, genetically modified food to children. Now, as skeptical as I am that there is such a thing as healthy GMOs, especially when you consider how rats who eat this stuff have developed horrific tumors and other adverse health effects. I'm even more concerned that this is factual information. Yes, they quote the Associated Press, but this quote is taken out of context from a previous story. Not only that, if you take a look at the Daily Leak website, you'll find stories about how pop stars want to join the KKK and video game companies erecting giant sex toys, which leads me to believe that this is a hoax story. This is a satire piece, somewhat like a text version of a Saturday Night Live skit, which is fine, because it's not the jokesters that concern me. What concerns me is the CIA openly propagandizing the citizens they are supposed to be protecting. On July 2nd, 2013, a little notice reform passed in January went into effect. The Smith-Mundt Modernization Act of 2012, passed as part of the 2013 National Defense Authorization Act, will allow the CIA to flood America with even more government propaganda. And we'll end with this: governments hire web trolls to sway public opinion. Now, anybody who's ever posted anything on YouTube has probably experienced the negative comment section, but your average YouTuber is a very immature teenager. But every now and then, one of those thumbs down you get could be a hired government agent, especially if your posts are political in nature. So whether it's people doing things for jokes and laughs, or your U.S. government openly propagandizing you, you have to be careful what you read on the internet. Back to you, Leanne.
That's right, Chakari. You always want to check your sources because it might be Cass Sunstein and his band of cognitive infiltrators. Now, coming up, Dan Badandi sits down with a soldier who's fighting back against the government that poisoned him.